Morning, everybody. Okay, we are just one day away from being 3 weeks out from the Cotton Row Run 10K, the race that I'm training for. And I wanted to talk today about my nutrition plan. And really, in a 10K, it's kind of crazy to say I've got a nutrition plan, but in the 5 pillars of distance running, nutrition is a very important pillar. And I watch a lot of running content on YouTube and I read about it and things like that. And people talk about nutrition, the more serious they take it, the better they do, especially in a distance race. And even though I'm training for a 5K, I'm using that 5K to compound that into a half marathon and then a marathon at the end of the year. So nutrition is something that I need to take seriously. And being 3 weeks out from a race, I definitely want to start to really consider what I'm going to do on race day and my race day plan itself. And ultimately, if I was just going to go out for a 6-mile run or, a 10K, a 6.2-mile run, I wouldn't think about nutrition at all. I wouldn't really grab any nutrition. I would just eat something before I started the run, and then I would do that run. But this morning, I'm considering that because what you eat before your race, during your race, what you're drinking really is going to dictate the energy level that you have. And, most mornings, and I love morning running, but most mornings I'm going to start off with a cup of coffee. Helps me wake up. I am a red-blooded American, and I drink coffee in the morning. It helps get me going. I probably wake up 30 minutes before I start running, drink some coffee. It helps me use the restroom too. And then if I'm going to do something like this morning, I had some applesauce. I have little kids, so I have an infinite supply of little applesauce go packets. So I ate that. I drank some Gatorade. Pretty much as soon as I woke up, I used my inhaler. I used my Symbicort inhaler. And then I also took an Allegra as well. So those are all things that I plan on doing race day morning before the race. So during the run this morning, and I'm going on a 9-mile run, I'm using my Ultra Vest, which is kind of overkill for this run, but I'm going to start using this on my Sunday runs. Help me bring hydration, gels, pack your phone, maybe some paper towels for emergencies, because I had to deal with that a couple weeks ago. But I've got my Ultra Vest. I've got 2 Go gels from BPN, my first time trying those, which I love BPN, the brand. And then, of course, Nick Bear's YouTube channel. And then I also have a couple of goos as well, just, messing around with what's going to feel good for me. I've always used goo, but it's not, the healthiest option. So I'm going to try those BPN Go gels. Hopefully I like them. I like some of their other products. But I'm doing 9 miles easy this morning, which is why I'm walking right now, so I can talk to the camera. And got started at about 5:55 a.m. It is pretty chilly outside. Just went with a t-shirt. Good choice though, once I warm up. Hands are a little cold. Stayed up a little late last night watching Man on Fire on Netflix, which I loved the movie with Denzel Washington. Of course, this is based on a book, the John Creasy series. I forget who wrote it, but there's several books involving this character. But Man on Fire, watched maybe the first 3 episodes last night. Stayed up too late doing it, but it is so good. So, getting started this morning. Nutrition is if you're not trained, if you're not doing the miles, then nutrition is just about pointless. So, understanding how many carbs you need, how much sugar you need, every 30, 45 minutes during a race is important, because I know for me, if I'm going on a longer run or even sometimes a short run, if I'm not fueling properly, then that may equal a bonk. So I would say this, the longer the race, the more important your nutrition plan is. You know, 10K probably not so important, half marathon important, marathon is especially important. I ran a 100-mile race a couple years ago. My nutrition plan was extremely important. I had, and the weather the day of the race is very important. To understand that, understand your conditions, humidity, heat, cold, rain, all those things matter when you're making a nutrition plan. When I ran a 100-miler, I had all my nutrition laid out. I was overkilling on electrolytes. It was on a Labor Day weekend outside in North Alabama next to a river. It was incredibly humid. But I had Gatorade bottles, like legit Gatorade, and I was nuking them, dropping noon tablets into the Gatorade to add extra electrolytes. And I told somebody that when they were doing the same race the following year, and they weren't listening to me, and they ended up bonking. So it's like, you got to know what your body needs, and really only you know. We all have different sweat rates, so only you know what you need. And you got to feel that out during training. Because if you don't, you're going to bonk. And so to finish this thing off, so I can actually get this 9-mile run done, my nutrition plan is as follows for the 10K. Day before, make sure to hydrate. Hydrate, drink electrolytes, all that sort of stuff. Don't go into day of and not be hydrated. Morning of, probably get up about an hour before the race starts. I live close to where the race starts, so drink some coffee, have some applesauce, drink some Gatorade. I just drink regular Gatorade. There's a bunch of other alternatives out there, but Gatorade is available to me all the time. Got a 5-year-old little boy at home, and he drinks water, Gatorade, milk, and juice. So we always have Gatorade because he loves it. And then right before the race starts, I probably have one gel. Take it with me to the race start. I'm not going to carry any water or anything with me on the race itself. They do have some on course. And then I will have a gel with me if I feel like I need the energy during the race, which maybe I do. Might have a gel, maybe even a caffeinated gel, try to give me that little boost for the last 2 miles, even though it may not be necessary, but it's still good to have that available and on you, that energy available. So that is my 10K plan. And of course, I'm going to carry that into the half marathon. If I were going to do a half marathon, I would have several more gels. I might even probably carry a bottle with me. But if it were going to be hotter outside, I might even carry a bottle with electrolytes. But, the race is going to be the end of May, early in the morning. It probably won't be too hot outside. So if you're doing a race day plan, tell me about in the comments about your nutrition plan. I'd love to hear about it, your philosophy on it. But, the more prepared you are, the better, the more prepared you're going to be in the race, but it's not the only pillar of distance running, but it is an important pillar to understand your race day nutritional needs. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Love to hear from you. Thanks, y'all.